Here we are. Hello. Let's do some math. Just a sec. There we are. I'm recording and everything. Coolio. All right, let's do this. Now we've introduced annuities. We're just practicing the, I don't know. It's the shorthand using a calculator, but wow, you got to be fussy. So bracket, I'm getting it. 100. Then we go 3 brackets. 1 plus 0.005 to the 30th. And then you close a bracket. And then you go -1 and you close 2 brackets. And you divide by 0.005. What's that? Okay, this feels like magic to me. So I just need to go through so I can say it out loud and maybe it'll help some of you. All right, brackets work from the inside out. So that's my first step, right? If I was doing this longhand, which I showed you in the previous video, that's what I would do first. Okay, those two belong together. Now my next set of brackets are these ones, which means I take my answer that I got from there and I'm going to take it to the 30th power. Okay. I don't know which color I used. Now I've got this one, which means I take my answer, put it to the 30th power, subtract 1, and get an answer. And then I take that answer and I multiply it through by 100. And then after I'm done all of that, I divide it by 0.005. In other words, I got to do all that stuff on top first. Then I do the division as the very last step. Remember, a big dividing line like that, represents, basically it's a set of brackets. So do everything on the top, do everything on the bottom, then do the final division. Now on these ones, there's actually nothing to do at the bottom. So let's see if I can make this work. Just trying to get the right spot for, oh, wait a minute, I can do this. How about this? Haha. Bracket 100. And this is the part that drives me nuts. 1, 2, 3 brackets, but it works. 1 plus 0.005. Close that bracket. So those are my purple brackets. And now I'm going to take it exponent 30. Close that bracket. That's the green ones. Then I'm going to subtract 1. That's the blue ones. And then it has to go back to here and recognize that 100. So I need to close that bracket, divide by 0.005. I'm cheating because I'm looking over there at my answers. And I know they're right because I accidentally did the entire video without turning on the video camera. So I did a practice round. So S is equal to $322, no, 3,228.001, 3228.00. And my final step, I should put dollars on it. Ta-da! There you go. All right, let's do it again. S is equal to bracket 75, 1, 2, 3, 1.0. Make those look like brackets. 1 plus 0.03 to the 80th. Bracket -1, bracket, bracket, divide by 0.03. My techie students last year told me, this way was so much better than the longhand way. And I'm like, I guess it is faster if you have to write out all the steps. Okay, bracket 75, 1, 2, 3. 1 plus 0.03. Close that one. Now I need an exponent. Close that bracket. Now we need to subtract 1. Close that bracket. And the other one. Divide by 0.03. Yep. 24,102.226. There you go. As I've said multiple times, you don't need that step. It's just so if I'm arguing with somebody about their rounding later, I can see, yes, the next thing after that was a 6, so that really should come up to a 3. All right, we're making progress. Or at least I'm getting more comfortable with using this formula. So it's like, yeah, okay, I can do this. Here we go. Skippy. Good old Skippy. Invested $200 per month when his son was born until his son was 15. The savings account earned 4.5% per year and compounded monthly. How much was in the account after 15 years? All right, let's do this. I have to think. Do not put APIN. No, because this is not compound interest. You need SRIN. Okay, so the S it up is for the amount at the end. I don't know, but probably should be a fair amount. He's putting Skippy invested $200 per month. My interest is 4.5 divided by 100 divided by, this is also monthly, 12. By the way, the questions that we do, I think are called simple annuities. I think because I hear this from the business instructors. That's when your deposit matches the compounding. So $200 per month, compounded monthly. We don't do questions where you're depositing monthly and it's compounded quarterly or something. Nope, do not have the skills to do that. Let's do this. If you'd like to know how that works, go talk to a business person. $0.0020. 375. Okay, paranoid. That's one of my most common mistakes I make is I lose a 0 along the way. N is going to be 15 years times 12. 15 times 12, 180. Okay, you know what? Before we go further, this is a step you don't have to do, but I like doing it, and it's just my estimate. How much is Skippy putting in every month? Okay, $200. Times, how many times does he do that? See, it's right there. So I know the amount in the account at the end, so the S value, better, that's a 0, those are all zeros, better be more than 36,000. Because if he had just taken the money and put it in his sock drawer, $200 every month for 15 years, he'd have $36,000 sitting there. But he put it in the bank, and the bank gave him some interest, so I know it should be more than that. So S is equal to, write out our formula, plus I to N bracket minus 1 bracket divide by I. There we go. So 200 bracket there, 1, 2, 3, 1 plus 0.00375 bracket. And we made N as my payments, 180 payments, minus 1, bracket, divide by 0.00375. Oops. Oh, I need to move that over so you can see. All right, let's try this. That'll work. So bracket 200, 3 brackets. 1 plus 0.00375, close my bracket. Exponent 180 payments. Close that bracket. Minus 1. Close those 2 brackets. Divided by 0.00375. And S is 51,282.933. $51,282.93. That seems like a wickedly large amount. However, he was putting in $15 for 15 years. He put in $200 a month. Okay, so if I just go 51,282.93 minus 36,000. So he made $15,282.93 worth of interest. I appreciate as a starving student or semi-starving student living on ETI, social services. That's a big dream, but you are all going to finish your grade 12s. You are all going to go get a decent job. Start thinking about saving. Maybe you can put just a little bit away for a while. I don't know what you want to save up for. Maybe a house, maybe a nice vacation every once in a while. I don't know, but it's doable, but you got to put it in the bank and have it just automatically deducted from your account. That's the biggest thing. Seriously. If you have to take the money out of your paycheck and put it into a separate account all the time, you're going to not want to do it. You're going to find a reason not to do it. You're going to need it for an emergency. But if it just disappears and you never see it, it's going to work better, right? My bank does that. I take out some extra stuff for my retirement eventually. Yes, eventually I will retire. But every time I get a bit of a raise, I increase that part just a little bit. It might not be the whole raise, but just a little bit. So I don't see the money. If I don't see the money, I don't think about it. Anyway, there's my little investment statement for today. Let's talk about Emily. Oh, sorry, Emma. Now's a great time to turn off the video. Take a quick walk around the block, come back, watch, do the question, and then turn it back on. Or better yet, just look in the answer key. See if I remember to put it in the answer key because it's a brand new question. All right, Emma invested $25 per paycheck in a savings plan. She did it for 3 years. She was paid bi-weekly. Ooh, we haven't seen that in a while. Not sure if we've done any of those. The interest rate was 2.08% per year. How much was in the account at the end? Okay. S-R-I-N. Well, these questions are boring because they're all exactly the same. How much at the end? I don't know. How much did she put away? $25 per paycheck. The interest rate was 2.08. Divide by 100. Divide by now. Bi-weekly means what? Every 2 weeks. Okay. So there are 52 weeks in a year. I'm going to get paid every 2 weeks. So you're going to get paid 26 times. So 2.08 divided by 100 divided by 26. 0.00 Oh, hold on. 1, 2, 3. 3 zeros. And my N is 3 years times 26. 3 times 26 is 78. Hey, you know what? Before we go further, I'm going to do my estimate because that actually I will use for this question. And again, my estimate is like, okay, this is how much Emma would have if she just put it away in a cookie jar. So she's putting away $25. Whoops, try it again. $25 a month for 78 months. 5 times 78, 1,950. Okay, so I don't know what my savings is at this point, but I do know that it needs to be more than 1,950 because again, that's just her taking the money, putting it in a cookie jar, hiding it from everyone. S is equal to bracket R, 1, 2, 3, 1 plus I to the N, bracket, minus 1, bracket, bracket, divided by I. I'm sorry if I talk loudly when I say bracket. I got to remember to do all this. S is equal to, all right, how much is she putting away? She's putting away $25 a week. Sorry, $25 biweekly. 1 plus her interest rate is 0.123. I got to count those out because I'm just worried I'm going to lose it. 78 minus 1, bracket, bracket, divided by 0.123, 3 zeros and an 8. All right, let's see if we can make this happen. Bracket 25, 2, 3 brackets, 1 plus 0.1238. Close my brackets. Exponent time, 78. Payments. Close that bracket. See, I always do that. I did that up here too. Sorry, just fixing it before I forget. Minus 1, bracket, bracket, divide by 0.1230. Ta-da! Oh, dog. Somewhere I had one too many or one not enough brackets. Let's try it again. Oops. Bracket 25. 1, 2, 3. 1 point. I cheated. I just added those up in my head. So now I'm grumpy because it didn't work. Close my bracket. Minus 1. Close bracket. Close another bracket. Divide by 0.0008. Come on, baby. Show me the magic. Yes. There we go. 2011.295. $2,011. Oopsies, decimal. 30. There we go. So, well, that's why I put this question at the end. How much did she earn? So this is how much was in my account. 2011.30 minus, this is the amount that she actually deposited. Right? Again, if she had a sock drawer or a cookie jar to put it in, 2011 and 30 cents minus 1950, $61.30. And you're thinking, wow, over 3 years, that's not much. Well, It was just a 2% interest. So it wasn't a great option, but hey, she saved some money. She earned some interest. And possibly, this is my belief, because it was in the bank and would have taken a bunch of steps to get at it, she left it alone instead of, something comes up or I want to do this and no, you just don't touch it. All right. Anyway, that's it. End of video. Thank you for coming.